Okay, tonight we're gonna do the spaghetti. So the first thing you do is you press your saute button and you wait till it says hot. So right now you see it says on. Okay, now the Instant Pot says that it's hot. It didn't beep or anything, so you just have to watch it. Once it says hot, you can add your oil, and I like to use some onions to saute, and then I add my garlic in. These will be the ingredients that I'm using. We like to use a marinara sauce. Rayo's is our favorite, and then our spaghetti. Sometimes I use whole wheat, just depending on my mood. And then we have garlic powder, onion powder, salt, and pepper grinders. Okay, next up we're gonna add our tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil. And I'm just gonna add some onions in there, not a whole lot, just enough to flavor. Let them saute so they're light brown. Okay, now you can see that the onions are caramelized, so we're just going to add in some garlic. And we like about a teaspoon of garlic. And only about 30 seconds on that so it doesn't scorch. Okay, now I'm adding in my ground beef, and this is 73% lean. Sometimes I use 80. Either way, I don't drain it. And while this is cooking, I'm going to add in my seasonings. So I've got onion powder. I've got my garlic powder, and I've got my ground black pepper, just a little bit, and my salt. And then just mix that up and make sure your ground beef is brown. Okay, now our meat is done. We're going to add a half a cup of water. This is the weird part. Everybody thinks weird. But you add your half a cup of water and you just scrape the bottom and turn off your saute function at this point. So you just press keep warm or cancel. And I'm just going to scrape the bottom and make sure that I don't have anything stuck on the bottom, because if you do, you'll get a burn warning. So you don't want to do that, because then it shuts everything off while it's cooking. And you have to start all over that. So, alright. I think we're pretty good here. I use a wooden spatula to do that portion. Okay, at this point, you're going to add your sauce. And again, we like to use Rayo's homemade marinara sauce. Okay, and don't worry if you can't get all the sauce out. I'll show you a little trick later on to do that. You can use, again, any sauce that you want. Pasta sauce, marinara sauce, it really doesn't matter. Just pick your favorite sauce. And since I am using the marinara, decided I would add the onions and the garlic, as well as the onion powder and garlic powder, to kind of make this more flavorful. Okay, so you're just going to combine your sauce and your water, which again was a half a cup, and your meat. Okay. Now, the stirring is done. I'm going to take about half of the pack of noodles, and I'm just going to break them in half. And I'm going to crisscross. So I do one layer this way, and I do the other layer crisscross across it. Okay, that way they don't stick. And then I'm going to take another cup and a half of water and put it in my Rayo's marinara sauce that I just used, and I'm going to shake it and get the rest of the marinara sauce out. and then you just pour it over the top of your noodles. And again, you can't stir it at this point, so I just like to make sure that my noodles are underneath the water, so I just maybe push it down just a little bit. And that's it. You're going to cover it up. Make sure it seals. And you're going to set yours to sealing. Mine has it right here. Some of them are on the side. You just have to look and read and make sure you hear that closing sound. Okay, now that we're ready to go, we're just going to press our manual button and we're going to set it to 8 minutes. Okay, so now it's going to take about 10 to 12 minutes to come up to pressure, and once it does, it will start counting down from the 8-minute cook time. This will take a little while and it will beep when it's done, so go do something else. I've found some cute kitties. Bye. Or watch The Big Bang Theory. Or again, give your cute, adorable kitties some attention. Missy mine. Okay, back to the spaghetti. Alright, so I let mine go over just a little bit because for some reason my sealer was not sealing. I had to use like a chopstick to kind of make it seal. I don't know. Troubleshooting. So if that happens to you, just take a chopstick to it. Alright, so I'm going to turn that off. I'll show you what I was talking about. Okay, so now I'm going to release. This will be a quick release. And that's the kind of pressure you should have. So if that's not happening, then either your sealing rings are not sealing underneath on the inside. Just make sure there's no gaps. But that's the kind of pressure that should come off of it. So you'll wait till all of that pressure is gone from the inside. What's going to happen is this pin, you can see without the steam, is going to drop. And that's the one I had to use this chopstick on earlier. It just, for some reason, there's a lot of steam leaking. So I just took my chopstick and moved it around and it sealed up nicely. So, once all that steam gets out of there, that pin will drop. Again, getting too close to the steam. And you'll hear it, and it'll be a click. So once the steam is out, you can see here, sealing, venting, venting, and you heard the pin just drop. Open it up, and you have your spaghetti. And at this point, you're going to stir. And you can use less noodles if you want to, or more ground beef if you want to. But that's it. That's our Instapot spaghetti, the easy version. I almost forgot to add the best part. You may put some Parmesan cheese on at will. Voila.